Welcome, one and all, to Coriander Society Adventures. I'm your game master, tormented by gnomes, and joining me are esteemed members of the Casters and Castles community, consisting of binary aka numbers, Darby, Viren, and Mad King Midas. Thank you all for participating in tonight's fantastic adventure. Let's go ahead and meet our guests.
Numbers, how's it going? How are things?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm on Discord. You all know me as 1011011100010. My name is Braden. I work as a game developer for a game called Vox Machina, which is mech game. If you feel so inclined to check it out, you should. It'd be fun. That's me. Thanks for having me.
Fantastic. It's nice to have you over here in Coriander. I know that you've got a lot going on in the IOF Academy community roleplay, but awesome to have you over here. Darby, welcome.
Hello, thank you for having me. I'm Darby. I'm known on the Discord as Darby. If you watched yesterday's one shot, I was there too, so I might look familiar. But to those of you who weren't watching that one shot for whatever reason, I write words, I play RPGs, I have rats, they're back there in that big cage, so they're here too. And that's kind of my deal.
Awesome. Good to have you at my table. Definitely no stranger to the channel. It's Viren. Viren? Where's the emphasis?
Where's the what? Oh, it's Viren.
Viren. Got it. Perfect.
Yes.
Anyways,
yeah,
hi.
so lovely to be here. Yeah, I mean I'm also on some other things on the channel. I was on the one shot yesterday with Darby, and I do SHHH on this channel. And then I also run a little sort of like player development kind of organization called Altiora. And I do some sort of like freelance generalist consulting. So I'm just a bit of a jack of all trades. Absolute pleasure to be here. Yeah.
And then, of course, we've got one of my older internet friends, Mad King Midas.
How is it going today, everybody? Tonight, I'm Mad King Midas. You've probably seen me around on the Discord after I learned that Gnomes was having all kinds of fun over here on his own with Echo and Matt. So I figured I'd join the community and been having a great time. Very happy to be recorded for like the first time. So this is going to be entertaining.
There actually is video evidence out there buried on the internet of another campaign that we played together. One of the first ones I ever streamed when I was still figuring out my nonsense. And I have still not been forgiven for the degree to which I killed the crap out of his character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
All
what
right.
did we call that again? Bangstrom.
Bangstrom, I think it was.
I think so.
Yeah, it's out there somewhere. All right, so a couple of bits of housekeeping. So first off, this is one of our community games, so subscribers and coffee supporters are eligible to participate in these whenever we have them. There isn't a regular schedule, but if you are not on our Discord, please do join the Discord. We've got all sorts of cool stuff for our supporters going on behind the scenes. You can do !Discord in the chat to get in on that. Second, all channel interactive elements are in play. There are several repeat offenders in this very chat who have wielded their sand, their channel points, their stream loots, their acts of God on many of our shows. And now the turns have in fact tabled. So you can spend your channel points on a variety of rewards to influence the game, including getting gifted stream loots packs so you can play cards that will meddle with everything going on, which is going to be a lot of fun and always makes it a challenge to get these things done in 3 hours. So I think that is everything that I had. I've already got a few that I am taking care of here. If I'm ever distracted, it's probably because I'm dealing with somebody's nonsense. I've already redeemed one pack of Streamloots cards for Sand. Before we begin, does anybody in this party up? Wow, it has been 0 days since ninjas joined the fray. Ninjas deployed. All right, this will be fun.
Here.
So aside from ninjas, does anybody have any questions before we set the scene for tonight? And Windfall, you immediately gain treasure. All right, that is going to help. Another Streamloots card has been played. All right. Anything else before we begin our adventure? Keep the chaos coming. All right. It was a dark and stormy night in Northport, the greatest city in the Commonwealth, the city of adventure, because when isn't it a dark and stormy night? The rain slicks down the concrete, brick, and steel edifices of Tide Point, one of the factory districts. Long after everyone's turned in except for the late night shift, smokestacks billow against the cloudy sky. The only sound that can be heard is the occasional horn of a train passing over the bridge or the massive cargo liners constantly coming in and out at all hours. Very few people. Nobody lives in Tide Point. Down here by the river, so close to the docks, so clouded with smoke and chemical fumes. People only ever visit. People come here to work and then they go home. And yet, on this dark and stormy night, we find 4 figures milling about the area in an alleyway behind a body shop. On one side of the street, there's the shadowed garage where cars are being worked on. A place shrouded with a sinister aura. On the other side, the light is on at a small restaurant, a small coffee shop with no sign, and smoke fills the room. Various patrons mill about, talking in hushed tones. But just out of reach of the street lights, where the shadows wrap around the side of the building, behind a sedan parked in a very odd fashion, are cries for help, sounds of violence, blades stabbing in the dark, punches being thrown, metal crashing and bending. It is here that we introduce 4 new faces, 4 new heroes of Northport. And it's here that we will begin tonight's adventure. I show you now the alleyway. Over here on the right is the body shop. Over here on the left is a small, dingy, suspicious establishment open this late at night. You can see a couple of streetlights trying in vain to hold back the gloom. But where do we find each of our characters as a struggle ensues in the shadows, in the darkness? Let's go ahead and start with Wedley. Where are you and what are you doing in Tide Point?
Well, Wedley is most likely going to be up on a roof somewhere, hanging off the side, trying to get advantage of what's going on. He's got the Air Force goggles over his head, and as well as a trench coat with a very dull red hand on the right shoulder. And he has a mask pulled up that covers all of his face except for his eyes. And he'd be climbing up on the roof trying to see what's going on.
Okay, we'll go ahead and give you a nice perch in a moment where you'll be able to get a view of the area. Are you concealed in the shadows?
Most likely, yes.
Roll a stealth check for me. First roll of the day. Let's see it.
Boy.
No pressure. Don't mess this up.
It should be good for me. Ideally.
28! Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. You are well and truly concealed. And this is one of the nice things about playing Amazing Adventures 5e is that the answer to this question is a lot less common. Do any of you have dark vision?
Nope.
Oh, it's like a miracle.
No dark vision.
It's incredible. All right. We have ninjas and a treasure in the queue, but before we get to that, there's another person here, perhaps oddly out of the way for their normal stomping grounds. Phoebe Glimmer Malay. What are you? Oh, triple threat. Another Streamless card has been played. So, you will gain inspiration if your character sings, dances, or acts. Each of those is redeemable once. So the first character to sing, the first character to dance, and the first character to act. That's all. Each of those will grant you inspiration. Anyways, Glimmer, what are you doing in Tide Point at this hour?
I think that makes it easy. I'm singing. I'm the bar. I'm gonna sing.
Okay. How much does Glimmer know about the shadier side of town?
Absolutely nothing. I think the only way Glimmer is even going to be here is if she has no idea that this place is dodgy at all. And like honestly, like she's a little bit like more on the sheltered side, so possibly she's just, you know, like wandering around like fully like, you know, superhero costume, like cloak and tiara, being like this seems like a perfectly safe place to do a performance.
Okay, you've received a mysterious invitation with a very generous offer to perform at an establishment known as The Shop. This is the right address, but you don't hear any singing whatsoever. You've been told to ask for Charlie at the bar, and you'll be pointed in the right direction. So along comes Glimmer. Where do we want to have you on the map? You'll need to start in one of the lighted areas, either up here to the north or off here to the east.
I guess I'll just be by the doors, like over here.
This is the door. Yep, this is the door right here. This is all sidewalk, cobblestone sidewalk. These are the awnings. And this would be the door to the establishment. When you hear...
So I'll just be there sort of hesitating slightly outside the door, being like, am I in the right place? This doesn't seem like the kind of place I normally perform.
Right when you hear violence around the corner. Speaking of violence, Domino, what are you doing? What do you look like? And where are you?
I don't think I'm in the thick of it yet, but if I'm hearing something, I'm probably headed that way because, you know, if there's violence, scrap metal, or illicit substances, Domino's right at home. So that's kind of what brought her to Tide Point.
Okay, good enough. And then, last but not least, the masked vigilante called Blockade. What do you look like? What are you doing here?
So Blockade is probably hiding somewhere entirely ineffectually, considering the glowing blue eyes and the distinct lack of any water anywhere on him despite the pouring rain. Above him, the rain stops in little blue sparks as it hits something unseen above his head. Hearing a commotion, he'll flip his visor down, hiding his eyes for the most part, and make his way toward the debacle. He's 5'10" in a long duster, a mask that stops right over the top of his nose, and then a visor that pretty much covers the rest of his face.
Okay. And before we get into the thick of things, I did not give Darby a chance to describe Domino's appearance, demeanor, etc.
No, I thought you were asking because the internet conveniently stuttered in that moment.
All good.
my bad. If you want to know, it's not. We're just talking a real buff lady with real bright red hair.
All right. And where... Go ahead and position yourselves on the map. You're allowed to be anywhere except on the street. You can't be inside one of the buildings, and you can't be any further than, say, this corner right here. But Blockade and Domino, go ahead and place yourselves, and then we are going to roll for initiative. And remember, to do this, what you want to do is you want to click on your character token, so your character token is selected. Then you're going to click initiative near the top middle of your character sheet.
I think Blockade's okay right there in the relative lack of shadow.
Aha! I have figured it out.
Excellent. Do we have everybody? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, we have everybody. So you can hear the sounds of violence around the corner, and the first person who's going to get a chance to act is Wedley. Wedley, we are in combat, or at least an action scene, so we're using combat rules regardless. What would you like to do? You are on the second story, and I actually have a map of the second story, so if you peer in the window, that's going to matter. Just know that there's like a balcony right here.
Okay. Can I can't see like from where I am.
Yeah, it's completely enshrouded in shadow. You could get closer, but without a light source, it's going to be hard to see in that corner. The city of Northport is dark at night.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try to get as close as I can to see if I can see anybody.
Our this is a two-story building, so if you're on top of it, you're 20 feet in the air.
I am. I guess I'll try to scale. I'll scale down and try to get as close as I can. So I'll move.
You're not doing a superhero landing. I'm going to take either acrobatics to slide down or athletics to climb down quickly.
All right.
If you succeed, you will only use half of your movement because you're going down. If you fail, you'll use full movement or completely beef it, depending. You did not fail. You look really cool when you do that too. You only use 10 feet of movement to get to the bottom.
All right. So I have 2. Oh god. Can't grab my man. I'm trying to move him really hard right now.
That's good. Do you have control of the character?
I hope so. Save. I'm so sorry.
That's totally fine.
I'm having trouble.
Looks like you're clicking and... Here, let me move into this square and see if that helps.
Oh yeah, now I can.
Yeah, you were kind of on an unobservable area. So that's 10 feet of movement to get down, leaving you with... Oh, that's another card. What do we got? Knockdown. A random combatant engaged in melee is knocked prone. The nearest combatant saves or also falls down. Now, none of you are engaged in melee yet, so I'm going to roll 1d5. No spoilers. 2. 1, 2. All right, you hear a ah and some cursing from the shadows as somebody is knocked down, and somebody immediately adjacent to them has to roll save or also get knocked down. And that is a failure. So 2 people just got knocked down in the hubbub. Anyways, you have used 15 feet of movement to get from here to here. There's a car in the way. You can vault over it with an acrobatics check. Doing that cool hood slide,
I'll try to vault over it.
All right, go ahead and roll it. Another acrobatics check for me, please. 29. Wow. Wow. Okay. Yeah, coming out swinging. So you've used 10. That's 30 feet of movement. You can dash if you want, or if you have any special sauce.
I don't think there's anything I have. Yeah, I'll dash to try to get as close as I can.
All right. Now, I'm not super familiar with your character yet. Are you able to do that as a bonus action or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. All right. So that's another 30 feet that you can clear.
I'll get there.
All right. Roll a perception check upon arrival.
All right. Now that's where we'll be less.
A 19. This is out of control. Okay. I'm going to give you a little peek into what's going on.
All right.
There is one gentleman wearing a fisherman's cap and a coat, overalls, wielding a wrench, who has been stabbed and is bleeding and is in dire straits right now. Clearly, severely injured, surrounded by 4 enemies, 2 of whom just got knocked over as he struggled and was trying to fight them back. You've used your movement and you've used a bonus action. Any attacks you make against these folks are going to be at disadvantage because they are in dim light at best. But you have your action left.
Can I this one here? Can I, if I was to take out a gun and shoot, would I be in danger of shooting?
Only if you really beefed it.
Okay, I will attempt to shoot this man's right.
Okay, go for it. A 16. All right, gunshots ring out in the night. Is that this one? One of these. Gunshots ring out in the night as you take a shot at the suspicious-looking character assaulting this individual.
Oh wait, you said disadvantage. Sorry.
Yes, disadvantage. So go ahead and reroll. We'll take the worst of the two. Okay. 7 points of damage. The stranger recoils as it glances off a nearby wall. That was a hit, but hit points aren't meat points, if that makes sense. So 7 points of damage as you run up behind and just open fire. I believe that's it for your turn, unless there's any flavor you'd like to put on that, right?
No, that's it for me.
Okay. Glimmer, it's your turn. Gunshots around the corner. What would you like to do?
Well, go full superhero, right? Like I've got a cape on, I've got a tiara. I want to start glowing. I really brightly, so I have I think 40 foot of light. I think we said.
Do you know how much of that is bright light and how much of that is dim light?
Oh, I think it's 40 foot bright, dim light dim lights for additional.
Okay, well, welcome to Glowing Town, population U.
I mean, this was all stuff we just agreed on for a first level light spell. So whatever you want to rule it as, really. But
works for me. Works for me. Suddenly, this oddly dressed, sequin-covered person is radiating like a beacon, illuminating the entire area.
And I guess I'll just sort of walk forwards and be like, all right, I think it's time to break it up. Superhero here.
You can, as a bonus action, you can roll a persuasion or intimidation check if you would like.
Let's go persuasion then. Where's my persuasion?
23. Now, I don't think that was supposed to be at advantage, but we're going to take the better, the first roll. We always take the first roll in this
off the advantage.
You have to go to the gear icon on your Roll20 character sheet and tweak a couple of settings. I can help out with that. Okay. But again, it doesn't matter. You absolutely nailed it. So, incredibly persuasive. It is an action to glow, right? It's an action to cast that?
I believe that, yes, it's an action.
Okay, so you can move up to your move speed. And I'm gonna move this cat up to her move speed. My monitor. So go. But
we want to see the cat. Okay, yeah. Okay. So I don't actually want to get close to anyone. Because I don't really want them to know that my main superpower is glowing really brightly. So we're just gonna move this way, but we're not actually gonna move any. We're just gonna sort of pose with hands on hips and tiara being all right, there's a superhero here. It's time to break it up.
Everybody over, they've got hands on collars, knives raised. They all just stop. And they turn. They look at each other. And they turn. Well, you've had some sort of effect on them. You're not entirely sure what, but you've absolutely made an entrance. And everybody in the entire scene is abundantly aware of what is going on. Is that it for Glimmer?
I think that's it for me, yeah.
Glimmer has glimmered. Confirmed. Okay. The guy who is, again, bloody, just stabbed, hunched over. He has his hand on the car and is breathing heavily. He is going to... He touches the car, he looks at the car for a moment, and the car's lights turn on, and its engine turns on. And it peels out straight forward into the guy who is attempting to beat the crap out of him. It also...
He did this just by looking at the car.
Yes, he did it just by looking at the car. The car plows into the goon who gets carried off into the darkness. Ah! And for the purposes of this adventure, pretend there's no longer a car there. static part of the map. Otherwise, I'd remove it. And outside of that, I think that's all he's got. Because these two are dropped. This guy's over here. Yeah, I think he's gonna magically activate the car with his own gift and then turn to face his last attacker. Hoping that help is in fact on the way. He looks over to Glimmer and tries to shout something and coughs up blood instead. Blockade, it's your turn. There are 2 attackers on the ground. One of them just got shot at and is slightly injured. What would you like to do?
All right, so Blockade's gonna start by turning to a nearby trash can and grabbing a trash can lid. He throws it on the ground and jumps on it, and it starts to glow a little blue as he slides along the ground, just barely touching it, as if it had a lot less friction. And we're gonna bonus action dash with that ability.
Love it.
Think, Static Shock style.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll get
that.
Oh wait, there's no car there anymore, is there?
Correct, there's no car there anymore. You can do a straight
right.
line if you feel like it.
Yeah, that'll get us just perfectly right next to that guy. This is the gentleman that just got shot, correct?
Correct.
All right. So after that, car does not exist. Got it. He's gonna slide to a stop on the trash can lid, and both of his hands glow blue as he grabs the air around the guy and starts to shove the air together in this big blue dome that starts trying to crush him.
Dang. He's not prepared for this. What happens to him?
We need a strength saving throw versus DC 16.
All right, strength saving throw coming up. Whoever this guy is, he's not particularly strong, and he should not have been rolling with advantage, and he rolled an 8.
So he is restrained, and he's going to take 10 bludgeoning damage as he's crushed. Same DC strength check to break free.
Okay, as the air itself glows and starts to crush around him, you can see that this individual is now extremely concerned, extremely desperate. The knife is pinned at his side. Is that it for Blockade's turn?
That is.
All right, Domino, you're up. This car does exist, just to clarify. What would you like to do?
Damn. I guess I'm just heading over because I mostly just want to see what's going on over there.
Okay.
So I can move 40, which I think puts me right next to Glimmer, or no?
Let's see. If you pick up your character, by clicking and dragging, and then right-click while still holding them, it'll give you a little ruler you can use to measure distances.
Whoa.
There's also a ruler tool on the sidebar that you can use to calculate the distance. Cool. And given that this car doesn't exist, you could get all the way up past Glimmer. You could get all the way up to Wedley, who just walked up and shot at one of the attackers.
I am going to walk up to Wedley, who shot one of the attackers.
All right, go ahead and position yourself. There's a fire escape that leads up to the next floor. There is an upper floor.
Cool.
Yeah, and a couple of trash cans. And a dude who's being glowed to death by the air itself, and 2 dudes who are down, and 1 dude who's suffering from severe stabbage. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna look at Wedley and be like, what's going on?
Hello.
Just the gun smoking in the hand. Hello.
Hello.
Love it.
Lovely day for it.
Nice night for a shooting.
Yeah. Best night for shooting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything better to do, so I guess I just take out the slingshot I've got and kind of lob one over at that guy who's closest to me.
All right, so this guy's down on the ground, which means that if you're not firing a ranged weapon at point blank range, you'll have disadvantage to hit.
Bummer. I'll do
This
it anyway.
one over here is being restrained, which should give you advantage to hit, but is also already looking fairly clobbered.
I'll take the disadvantage.
All right, roll an attack at disadvantage. You should have a toggle up at the top of your screen. If you don't, it's fixable. Ooh, 18. That is absolutely a hit, as you literally just slingshot this nerd. Ow! What's the big idea?
I don't know. I just don't want to be left out.
You should have stayed left out if you knew what's good for you.
Yeah.
All right, is that it for Domino?
That's about all I can do right now.
Okay. I need... Actually, I don't need anything just yet. Give me a moment. Out of curiosity, what's everybody's passive perception?
I think mine's a solid
18.
0.
That's a good
Also 18.
10.
Wow. Okay, well, as
Mine's
Glimmer
10 as well.
illuminates the entire alleyway, this angers those who dwell in the shadows. As two ninjas leap down from the structure directly next to you. With flying ninja leaps. Landing in a flanking position. There we go. And you've already acted, but they are flanking you, so they are going to have advantage on their attack. As they just drop down from above. And the first ninja strikes with a short sword. Does a 14 hit?
Nope.
Ooh, very nice. And they get 2 melee attacks each. Does an 18 hit?
Nope.
Wow, all right. Superhero costume is working. They're used to fighting in the shadows. All this bright light is why they're like, kill it, kill it, kill it. And it's very effective.
Just shining really bright lights in their eyes.
And the other ninja also makes 2 attacks with a short sword. Does a 21 hit?
If I want it to, but I kind of don't know if I do.
Now's the time to decide.
Yeah, no, okay, fine. I lied about the thing where my only superpower is glowing brightly. I want my shield. I don't know how much damage ninjas do, and I don't want to find out.
All right, tell me how that manifests itself as the poison blade goes right towards you.
So this like very sort of like innocent, very like short, sweet looking like girl in like a glittery tiara, absolutely not looking dangerous in the slightest, just tosses up this like blazing wall of like flame between her and the ninja, which like, you know, slightly like scorches the tarmac, and then it's just like, like clearly looks like about as scared of the fire as the ninja is, like just sort of like flinches away from it, like, oh god.
Okay, what does that raise your armor class to?
Shield is a +5.
Mhm.
What is it? Yeah, hang on, spells.
No,
I
it
do
doesn't
know
matter.
this.
My last attack
Yeah.
misses you anyways.
Oh, I couldn't find it because instead of shield, I called it firewall because I thought I was really clever about that.
But it is
yes,
+5.
no, it is a +5 to AC. I have here 24.
All right, the ninjas attack you with a flurry of strikes, and when all of their efforts are completely in vain, how much did they actually move? Let's see. They were up here. They have ninja jumping, so that doesn't use any of their movement. There's a lot of people here. There's no cover within 10 feet. They were kind of expecting that to work, so they'd be able to hide in the shadows. So they're just going to start putting some distance between themselves, and you just use your reaction to cast shield, so no attack of opportunity for you, as they part ways immediately. That is it for the ninjas. Now it is time for the goons, or at least the goon who didn't just get carried off into the night by a car driving itself, careening back and forth, hitting trash cans as the guy is flailing on the hood. Ah! Leaving only one goon who just got clobbered with a sling, said goon is going to stand up, turn on the person who just rolled up and brought a gun to a knife fight, and desperately open fire on Wedley. Just out of pure self-preservation. One attack, shooting at Wedley. Bang. That's a natural 1. Aims, the gun jams, sort of juggles it. It drops entirely onto the ground, and the goon, that's it. I didn't get paid enough for this. Cheese it! And the goon is going to cheese it. And Everett is going to use his reaction, use fisticuffs, to attempt to clobber said goon. Makes a constitution save. And succeeds and does not get knocked out. But the goon is fleeing the scene. And now it is time for the other mysterious fedora attackers. Now, on the start of this character's turn, as he writhes in the force barrier you just conjured, does anything special happen to him? Does he get a save at the end, at the start of his turn? Does he have to use his action? How does this work?
Let me put it back in chat. They can make a strength check against my spell save DC. On a success, they escape and are no longer restrained. It doesn't state what that check costs.
It's an action. Yeah, that's usually an action the way that these work. All right, so instead, given that Everett just used his reaction, this other attacker is going to run around to flank you, Blockade, and using his stiletto is going to attempt to stab you in the ribs. And a restrained target still threatens, which means this is with advantage. Does a 20 hit you?
It would, but with his other hand that's not holding onto this like glowing barrier of air, he throws up his arm and another barrier erects right over his arm and he catches the blade on it.
All right, what is your armor class now?
25.
25. Well, he's still gonna try to go for the stab. Another 20. And the one who is restrained is seeing that this is highly ineffective, is going to use his action to try to wiggle his way out. Does a 17 escape your barrier?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
The effect ends.
And then he's going to use his action to disengage, climbing up the stairs. And then as a bonus action, he's going to dash 15, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And that's enough movement for him to go through the door on the fire escape into the top floor, fleeing the scene. And that is going to be... Ooh, no, that's not going to be quite it, because this other one did some moving and some shenanigans, but still has a couple of cards to play. The compatriot who moved and attacked you moved a total of, let's see, was here, but was prone because he got knocked down. So that was half of his movement. So he's used all of his movement. So he's going to use his bonus action to dash up the stairs, also attempting to escape. If you use your reaction, so you cannot counterattack.
Yep.
That is it for the spies. Next up, top of the round, Wedley, it's your turn. Ninjas have appeared and the attackers are escaping. There's one attacker escaping to the south and two running up the fire escape. What do you want to do?
Do I recognize the group of people that were beating up on this guy?
Tell me about your background.
He's part of the Freaks. He has the mafia background. So I would think he would be aware of if there's any. I'm wondering if it's any gangs that you would know of in the area.
Give me insight or history on this. You're gonna get some information no matter what, but depending on what you roll, you might get more.
All right, I will.
11. Two of those look like hired muscle. Probably just some folks working the docks or out of Aylburg. No affiliation, just a couple of mean drunks who are willing to beat people up for a couple of Commonwealth dollars. Those other two, though, those don't look like any criminal element. Those look like they look like operatives of some kind.
I like the other two are you referring to the ninja folk? People?
Oh, no, not the ninjas. The ninjas are undoubtedly with the Triple
Ninjas.
Union Society.
Okay.
The Triple Union Society just got its head cut off. Mr. Lowe has been killed. Mr. Lowe was in charge of the Triple Union Society for like centuries. Now the White Ghost, the White Flame, depending on who you ask, is taking over, but there's still a bunch of would-be criminal masterminds inside of the Triple Union Society who are all trying to take over. So these are probably with one of those little subordinate outfits. So you've got
the one that was not part of that looked not hired muscle, or more important out of the three was this one?
Him and the other one who just escaped into the top
Who
floor.
went up, the other one who made it through the fire
Yeah,
escape.
those two, they both look like operatives of some kind.
Okay, well, in that case, I'm gonna try to like pull my way up like on the fire escape and kind of like cut him off before he can get out.
If you make an athletics check, you can go up with just a 5 feet extra movement.
Okay.
And there's a trash can here. If you beef this, you're 100% falling in the trash can.
All right. That was athletics or what was it?
Athletics, because this is about upper body strength.
All right, athletics.
That
Not
is
good.
4. That is trash can town. Population U.
Okay. Well, then in that case, I'll just be, I'll pretend like it never happened. I'm gonna avoid eye contact with everybody, and just like, just go take the stairs. And just...
All right. So that attempt wasted some movement.
Yeah.
It wasted 10 feet of movement, and then you can go under here. So yeah, that is your full movement.
Okay.
You still have your action, and if applicable, any bonus actions.
I don't imagine I can't really see this guy very good.
Yeah, you can see him. He's only up one flight of stairs.
Okay.
And it's a fire escape, so it's all mesh.
Yeah, so okay.
You can take shots right now.
I'll try to shoot at this guy.
All right. This attack will be made. The target has cover compared to you, so just a bonus to the armor class. Go ahead and shoot the shot. A 14. Sparks fly as it glances off the metal casing. Now, what kind of gun is this?
Regular handgun.
If you want, this is a semi-automatic. You can double tap.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that.
That means you make a second attack at disadvantage.
Okay.
A 15 also doesn't hit, but only because of the cover.
That's all right. Yeah, that's me. I'll in there.
All right. That's it for Wedley. Glimmer, it's your turn. There are ninjas now. And your shield wears off. What would you like to do?
Don't you know how thoroughly illegal it is to just jump out of the shadows and go attacking superheroes? I thought I told you all to knock it off. I'm glowing. Does that help the situation at all? Because I sure am glowing.
You are very much glowing. It depends on what the situation is. Are you attempting to make a social check of some kind to throw your way around? Or it's not helping them hide, I'll tell you that much.
Pardon?
It's not helping them hide, I'll tell you that much.
It's not helping them. Yeah, I mean, the hiding isn't what anyone's doing here. I also have my fame and fortune feature. So I don't. Do ninjas appreciate pop stars?
Nobody knows what's going on behind that mask, right? They could be huge stands. We'll
go for it.
Okay, you can do a performance or persuasion check here.
It's identical for me anyway, so...
All right. And roll it with advantage, because, as you mentioned, you are glowing. Profusely.
Lots of glowing.
21. Wow. What languages do you speak?
all of them except one, actually. So I think I'd probably be saying Commonwealth. But I speak Ausonian, Zolquian, Comitian, Aryavat. This system gives you a lot of bonus languages.
All right. I don't think you speak Sihainese, right? Probably because I didn't put that one on the document.
That one was not in the document, so I absolutely do not speak that one.
Well,
I speak Commonwealth, Ausonian, Zolquian, Comitian, Aryavatan, and no, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, it's not exactly your fault that you don't understand what they're saying as they start speaking to each other behind their masks. You've definitely had an impact of some kind, however. As they stop running, they turn around, they start talking to each other, their swords somewhat lowered.
Yeah, that's right. You know how much trouble you'd be in if you actually ran me through with that sword.
They seem to be in agreement about something.
I'm about to get stabbed for being obnoxious.
That was just
we do it again? Action. Yeah, we do it again. Okay.
Guns. You still have an action if you'd like to use it, and you still have movement if you'd like to use it.
The main thing I want to move is away from ninjas. I'm gonna wait. So how far can I move?
30 feet.
5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, hang on. There's an arrow.
Yeah,
very useful.
There's an,
can I just move down this way
side.
because I don't want to go towards this guy either. I'm just gonna move down in this general direction.
Okay.
I don't actually want to do anything else. I think.
You can use your action to dodge if you want, automatically inflicting all
Yes,
disadvantage
that sounds
on all enemy
excellent.
attacks. All right, use your action to
Love
dodge.
dodging.
Any dodgers in chat? Done and done. It is Everett's turn as he continues to bleed. He's gonna cough, and he looks over at Blockade and Wedley, as if trying to see if he recognizes either of you. And he manages to spit out, "My friend needs help. Downstairs." And then he's gonna stagger up against the wall, directly underneath the door to the top floor where the two spies are retreating. And he's gonna take a dodge action because he has 1 hit point left.
Understandable.
Blockade, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Do I see a downstairs from where I am?
You do not see a downstairs from where you are. How familiar are you with the criminal element?
The criminal element, quite a bit. He's been fighting them for quite a while. However, this isn't his usual haunt. He's usually from either Ailberg or Aliberg.
Ailberg.
Ailberg. That's his actual stomping grounds.
This is right next door. Give me a history check or a flat intelligence check, just to see if you know anything. Unless you have a class feature that would let you, or a background feature that would let you know about some criminal stuff.
I do have the Mean Streets feature.
Mean Streets, okay. The shop.
No, I'm sorry. Law of the Streets.
Okay, you have the Mean Streets background, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you know this place. There's a speakeasy, a casino, and speakeasy hidden in the basement. It's called the Shop because up until recently it was under the control of the Column, the biggest organized crime syndicate in the city, until Lincoln Giotto got popped. It's beneath the very streets themselves. There are secret entrances both in this little innocent looking shop and the auto shop across the way, which is a mob front.
Very interesting. One problem at a time. Blockade, seeing that this guy actually managed to break out of his barrier, he's a little impressed. So this time, instead of trapping the guy, he's just going to cut off his path of retreat to that upper balcony.
Okay. Now keep in mind, the guy who escaped from your grasp, I think, is the one who actually made it all the way up and is already inside the top floor.
Got it. In that case, well, no, I still want to stop his buddy here from joining in.
Okay, what are you deploying?
You said that we can see through the grates, right? So I can see those
it's an old
squares in front of him?
fire escape like you'd see in New York City.
Got it. So instead of trying to wrap around the other guy, about all 4 squares in front of him and the doorway itself, he's going to conjure a big blue translucent barrier to block his path.
Okay. Drop that effect in chat.
And I believe that is it's a AC 10 to target an area, correct?
Mm-hmm. And you said it affects 4 squares, right?
Well, it affects 50 feet, but I'm only making 4 squares.
Okay.
Oh, you have to do a slash, don't you?
Yeah, slash R space, whatever it is you're looking to do. And you might want to put a weapon on there that's your power attack, just so that you can click it easily. But yeah, you summon a glowing blue barrier that seals off the rest of this area. Crushing barrier deployed. Okay, cool. And does this attack him, or are you just blocking off the area from him?
It does not attack. I also clicked on the wrong thing. The ability is actually called blockade. It's where he gets his name from.
Nice. Okay.
It's a DC 16 strength check to break through each blocked square.
All right. Nice. That's your action. Does blockade do anything else?
He's just going to try to move over here, squeeze past the trigger happy guy, and sort of block this guy into the corner here.
Okay. You can use a bonus action to make a skill check of some kind if you'd like. Social check, knowledge, insight, whatever else you want to do.
I think I will try an insight to see if I can see whose affiliation this guy shares. You know, is he the mob? Is he a street gang?
All right. Give me that insight check. 26. This man is not from town. Oh, he's from town, but his training isn't. This is a foreign operative, a professionally trained spy for another government. And given that 26 that you'd got, you don't cross paths with them too much, but this man is an Omelon spy. He's associated with the Omelons overseas who are trying to conquer all of Kemet and beyond. The Commonwealth isn't at war with them officially yet, but there's a lot of rumbles. Now, what is an Omelon spy doing in the streets like this?
We've got ninjas, we've got thugs, spies. That's unusual.
Welcome to
now
Northport.
Blockade's concerned.
Anything else for Blockade?
That's all.
All right.
He doesn't talk much, especially while there's clobbering to do.
Domino, it's your turn. If you're with us, you may not be with us. Oh, hold on. I got to patch you back in. You got disconnected. Which means that if you've been talking this whole time, I haven't heard you. Hold on. I can't hear you yet. Do. Any second now. Any second now. Any second now. All right, it doesn't seem to want to work. So here's what I'm going to... No, that won't work either. Okay, nobody else talk. Darby, go ahead.
Hello?
I can hear you. Stream can hear you. I'm going to have to mute you again when it's not your turn until this decides to work because we're going mega scuffed right now. But just for your connection for some reason.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. These things happen. Anyways, what would you like to do?
Well, it feels like these two guys with the barriers and such and the guns have the stairwell covered, so I'm going to go throw some hands with these ninjas over here.
Okay.
So I'm going to hop over here. And I've got 2 attacks per turn. Do you want me to roll them at the same time?
Yeah, go ahead and roll them one after the other. And your character sheet should be set up. I'm going to take a look under the hood real quick.
Sure.
Assuming direct control. Yeah, no, everything's good. Go ahead and roll them one after the other.
Sounds good.
That is a natural 1.
All right.
Roll a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, okay.
You pass with flying colors and you do not lose your second attack. All right. That first attack goes completely off base, and as the ninja is mocking you for your ineffectiveness, you clobber him for 12 points of damage. Now, do you have any special abilities that would allow you to attack again, a flurry of blows or something along those lines?
I do have flurry of blows, and I would like to use that.
Go for it.
So that's going to be 2 more.
Okay. That second attack is the third attack is a miss, but the fourth attack is a hit. The ninja is now seeing stars and cartoon birds floating around his head. That was your action and your bonus action and a little bit of movement. Is there anything else you want to do?
No, I'm good.
Okay, this ninja is extremely low on health. You've done an excellent job. It is now, I'm going to, because we're in mega scuffed mode for some reason, I'm going to have to mute you, but I will unmute you possibly in a moment. Actually, no, we're gonna stay with you for a second. Okay, this ninja. Yeah, we're escaping into the darkness. Action to disengage. And acrobatics to attempt to climb up, scale the building. And not advantage, so we're taking the first roll, which is an 18. So the ninja reaches this and immediately starts scaling it and evades any attacks of opportunity, unless you have anything that can un-evade an attack of opportunity, Darby.
Nope.
Unfortunate. All right. I'm putting you back on mute, because again, scuff. That is a flash step. Nice. Gain an immediate reaction to move up to your speed. Darby, would you like to use that? You're unmuted again. You can immediately move up to your speed, and you will not. And you'll have any attacks made against you, attacks of opportunity. You'll get disadvantage on them. Would you like to use this flash step? You don't have to.
Yeah, I'll go over to the other one.
All right, go ahead and move up to your speed.
Hello.
Immediately complicating my life. And because that was a flash step card that got played, you still have your reaction. So now this ninja cannot do whatever dastardly ninja things that she was planning on doing. So we're going to use our action to disengage. And leap up onto, with an acrobatics check, leap up onto the awning here, deftly and adroitly. Not very deftly, not very adroitly. Leaving this ninja stranded on top of the awning and not yet on the next floor. That will be it for our ninjas. It is now time for the goon. And I'm going to put you back on mute. Everyone else is now free to talk. The goon down here, in the absence of anybody attacking him, is going to flee into the alleyways and the streets. If you pursue him, it will require you to leave the scene entirely. There are no goons left on the field. I may have erased him from the initiative order, but it's now time for the spy, the Omelon spy, who face to face with blockade, undaunted, is going to use a bonus action to disengage and jump down off this platform, 5 feet of movement, and run under the awning and into the door. And then that was a bonus action movement, and now a dash to run into the building and out of sight. That is it for the spies. Wedley, it's your turn. Glowing barrier blocks access to the upstairs. What would you like to do?
Well, given that I don't see anybody anymore, I'm gonna turn to the man here that was getting beat up real bad, and try to ask him what's going on, like what the hell's happening. Cause like there's ninjas, there's spies, there's like thugs. I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of people wanting to kill one man. Maybe he knows something.
Okay. Roll a persuasion check for me. Where did that roll go? All right, 13. And you said that you got a red hand on your outfit, right?
Yeah, on the right shoulder of his trench coat.
Okay. Everett looks over there, sort of hand on the knife wounds. The freaks?
Yes, sir.
My friend and I are here because Lincoln Jodo's daughter is downstairs. And she's trying to cut a deal with the Omelons for weapons so she can take over the column from her father. I was on lookout when they jumped me. I don't know where she is. I don't know if she's in trouble. But I gotta protect her and I can't let this deal go through.
Okay, she's in the basement of the building they just ran into. Do you have? Is it just you, or do you have any? Are any of you? Are there more of you inside? With
Just
her?
me and her.
Okay. You stay here. Get patched up. I will. I'll go try to help out. I'll go help out the girl.
Don't. She's real quiet and real stealthy, but her name is Florence.
Florence. Okay. You rest up, partner. I'll be back. I'll be back shortly. And then yeah, that's what I'll do.
All right. Do you want to move at all?
I'll move up the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll turn to Blockade and ask very, very kindly if he could make these really nice glowing barrier not be glowing and not be a barrier anymore.
All right.
If that's possible. I don't know if that's a thing that could even happen, but I'll ask
is it a free
anyways.
action to drop concentration?
It's free to drop concentration.
He will drop concentration. Barrier's gone.
All right.
I'll move to wait. Well, how much was that? Okay.
Right here.
I'll move to like right in front of the door and kind of like see if I can slyly like look in without getting my face shot off, preferably.
Okay. Give me one moment to work a little something, and I'm gonna have to add a gigantic glowing light from a rock star to this map somehow. All right, so this other map exists on a higher plane of existence. So just give me a moment to import everybody because I wasn't sure if this was down like this. There's domino. Okay, and bam! Upper floor. Oh, you're not glowing.
Okay.
Hang on. You need to glow.
I need to glow. It's very important.
All right. Glowing activated.
All right, I'll
You can
I'll
pierce
move.
somewhat into the room.
How much did I use there? That was
30 feet because you have to go up some stairs
Okay.
that cost you some extra.
I'm gonna stay at the door ready to go in.
Okay.
And that'll be my go.
All right. That is it for our intrepid hero. Meanwhile, I'm going to take us back to the bottom floor, which is almost identical. Glimmer, it's your turn. It looked like the ninjas had resolved to do something, but then they got punched in the face really hard, and they are scattering. The only sign of attackers is up this way, and the two spies have run into this building here, which is the address of the place you're supposed to perform. What would you like to do? You can still see the ninjas, but again, they're scattering.
Is this person over here still like super injured? I'm not sure how to ping them.
Yes. If you click and hold with the mouse cursor, it'll ping. But I also like to just
Ooh,
use
okay.
I like to use the ruler to like poke people.
To poke people. So this person here, that's still like super injured?
Yeah. 1 hit point. Very, very staved.
All right. I think we said like inventory's kind of flexible, right? So would I maybe have like a couple plasters or something like?
You know, chat did give a treasure out that I still haven't redeemed. Let me check to see if I have any good treasure tables in here. And if not, yes, you have a little. You can have some modicum for sure.
Yeah, I don't think I would have a bunch. I feel like Phoebe is the kind of person who would have like some sort of first aid supplies. So hang on, can I even get over here? Where's my ruler? I have 30 feet of movement, so I cannot. I
You
can
could
move.
dash if you wanted.
True. Ooh, when I move, the light moves. That's cool.
Right?
Okay. That is actually cool. Sure. I will dash like up here. I assume it would be like actually an action to try and do any first aid. So I'm just gonna like heroically dash to this person's side and be like, don't worry. I'll help you out of here. But I'm not actually gonna do any first aid. So it's gonna be a very empty gesture. And I guess so while I'm here, like, can I, like, I've got my light coming out of my hands. Can I, like, shine a light through the window or anything, like, see what's in there?
So there's no window on the ground floor. There's a window on the second floor, but this wall, this is the back alley. You're amongst the trash cans.
Wait, this guy, is he on the ground floor?
He's on the ground floor. He's
Okay,
underneath
yeah,
the catwalk. Yeah, he's
Yep.
underneath the fire escape. He's leaning up against the wall, ground floor.
I thought he was on the upper floor. Does that mean, could I reach him without dashing then?
Nope, because he was still in that square. He was still in that square, just underneath the thing.
Yep. Yeah, so I'm just gonna run to this guy's side and like start like pulling out like a bandage or something from my backpack.
What outfit are you with? Who do you run
What
with?
was that, sorry?
Who do you run with? Wonder Crew, Action Bunch?
Oh, I'm not really that kind of superhero. I'm mostly I sing. I'm like I'm mostly a stage performer. I'm not much of like a superhero kind of superhero, but you know, like those guys that ran away, they don't know the difference.
Did fine in my book. Everett. I'm with the Donahue Institute.
Well, nice to make your acquaintance. Can I help it? You seem to be a little roughed up.
I've got a friend downstairs who might be in trouble. I gotta make sure she gets out safe.
How exactly sort of like cramped is it down there? I mean, is it pretty crowded or? Yeah, I think it might be my powers. They're not gonna be the best in that sort of situation.
He shrugs and will like start helping himself to the medical supplies and trying to patch himself up. Anything else from Glimmer?
I mean, like if he seems capable of patching himself up, I can move up the stairs. Because like I think my plan was to try and do some first aid, but I can't actually do it without. I've not got actions, so
yeah. This guy actually he's got this sort of like straight back protocol by the book feel to him, and he seems to know his way around a first aid kit.
If he seems capable of helping himself, then sure, I guess I'll head up the stairs and.
All right, you've got 15 feet left, so yeah, you can make your way up to there. And on that floor, there is a window.
So I can shine my hands in there and be like, all right, what's in there?
Yes. I should have put a wall there. Oops, hang on. We're just gonna install a wall real quick. Don't mind me. Nothing to worry about here. Ignore the butler with a gun on the other side. Wall, but the door actually would be hanging open. All right, so there's a bedroom inside. It's pretty nice. There's a rug, really ties the room together. Nice satin sheets. Massive gun on the table. Slightly open door. Butler on the far side, looking back and forth. Roll an insight check.
Insight. Oh, I'm good at that.
What do we got?
11.
11. The butler looks.
I have +8.
The butler, 1, looks kind of fancy for this joint, and 2, is looking back and forth, is looking at the light in the window and like kind of trying to blot it out, and also looking this direction as if there's a lot going on and he's rather flustered.
If I've still got stuff, I don't know if like that feels like it should be my turn, but
yeah, you're done
I can
at
call
this
out to him.
point.
Yeah, I'm done.
Unless you want to talk, unless you want to say something quick.
Are you all right in there?
The butler walks forward and slowly shuts the door. It's Everett's turn, and down on the ground floor, he's going to start patching himself up. Blockade, it's your turn. I've got you on both levels right now. Do you want to be on the top floor or the bottom floor?
Bottom floor, please.
All right, migrating. Please stand by. What
So
would you like to do?
Blockade sees these two. He's like, y'all got it. He's going to grab the trash can lid from earlier that he still conveniently has. And he's going to leap over the railing here, put a barrier on the bottom of the trash can lid, and just try to land like right here and skate after the spy who was running away.
All right, the spy ran around the corner and in the front door. There's a ninja on top of the awning who seems to be fleeing as well. The front door of the building is here.
Okay, so we'll use 10 feet of movement to make that little jump. Is that reasonable?
Yeah, that's fine. 5 if you make an acrobatics check.
Oh, I am half decent at those. Let's see if we can not land in the trash can.
You did not land in the trash can. You only used 5 feet of movement, and it looks really cool.
It looks really cool. So he'll hit right there, and then.
And you can go under these awnings, by the way. This is unobstructed.
And if I am right here, do I see the runaway spy in these doors, or do I keep going?
No. If you look into this building, you can see a number of people gathered around this table right here, all looking outside, just as if they're like, "What's all that commotion?" They're all packing. Everyone in this place is packing some sort of weapon, but none of them have moved yet.
I did see him cut the corner though, and that's where I lost him. So
yep, he cut the corner up here.
Keep going a little more.
There's a ninja on top of the awning. Are you doing anything differently?
No, because he seems to be running away, and I'm okay with that at the moment.
Okay.
I have someone who attempted to stab and failed, and then I have a bunch of guys that successfully stabbed, so they're my priority.
Well, the ninja takes offense and is going to use the reaction to make an attack of opportunity as you pass by. A 22. You can use your reaction to pull up a shield if you want.
To the existing barrier that sort of was keeping the rain off of him just sort of flares with the blue light.
This is a window, by the way. This is the door.
Oh, I see.
Now, if you want to like crash through the window, you can do that. But otherwise, you got to go all the way up and through the door.
There's a table right there. People probably eating. That'd be a little rude. So we'll just take a little detour. It was 5, and then 30. We have to go around the door because that door is open, right?
Mm-hmm. But
So
you can use your item interaction to toggle the door, and you don't have to go an extra square.
That'll work. So we can probably end up right here.
There's stairs going up and there's stairs going down.
Do I see the spy?
You do not. The spy can dash as a bonus action and skeevoodle. 90 feet of movement in one turn, baby.
In that case, I will unfortunately decide to let our foreign operative escape for the time being. And Blockade's going to look around for the hidden door that Everett, I believe was his name, mentioned.
Mm-hmm. You do not see a hidden door. You just see a set of stairs going down, and you can hear light conversation, and you smell smoke coming up from above.
Well,
But
we
as
still
you
got
look
10.
down the stairs, everybody in the room, all the folks at this table right here, clearly flash their guns, their knives, their lengths of chain, their baseball bats, all that stuff. Growling and grimacing through their teeth, indicating that you don't belong here. Especially down there.
Are superheroes beholden to the whole one spell effect per turn rule of 5e
Yes.
with their inherent powers? Okay, so he
Yes.
couldn't block the way after him. But we still have 10 feet of movement left, so he will flip them off as he slides backwards down the stairs on his trash can lid.
Love it. Love it. Okay. Blockade descends down the stairs, and for dramatic effect, I'm going to keep you literally in the dark until your next turn, and you'll see what you see. Domino, there's a lot going on tonight. You haven't actually talked to the person who's at the center of all this, but you did just see the incredible sliding trash can person slide around the corner. What would you like to do?
Sick. Am I unmuted?
You are unmuted now. I still haven't
yeah.
been able to patch you back into OBS for some reason, but I can just unmute everybody. So if anyone else talks, you'll be doubled. That's what's at risk right now.
Whoa.
But you can talk and you'll be fine. What would you
Yeah.
like to do?
I'm gonna head on over as far as I can go, which I think,
You move pretty fast, right?
yeah, I got 40.
Nice.
Learning roll 20 in real time. I think this is as far as I can go.
All good. Yeah, you can go a little further.
Oh, perfect.
All right at the heart of the action, near the glowing girl, the paramilitary warrior, and the bleeding mechanic. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna talk to the bleeding mechanic. Just kind of, I'm like 2 steps behind everyone else, so I'm gonna ask him if he needs anything else. He looks like he's patching himself up.
Mm-hmm. Who are you with?
I'm just here by myself.
He looks uncertainly from the others to you. Not sure if he can trust you or not. After all, there's a lot of people in this city who have reasons to punch ninjas in the face. Is there anything you would like to do to attempt to convince him to be more forthcoming?
I mean, if you've got it covered, I can head out. But you saw me punch that ninja. If you need some other heads cracked.
Okay, roll intimidation or persuasion, your choice.
Whichever I'm good at, hopefully. I'm equally as good at both of them, which is not very good.
All right. He's going to measure his words carefully then. And he'll say, Lincoln Giotto's daughter is downstairs, cutting a deal with Omelan spies to buy super weapons to rebuild the column and take over the streets. They need to be punched in the face.
How much is there like a dollar amount to how much they need to be punched in the face?
If you get my friend out of there, she's the one with the coin purse. I'm not actually supposed to be here at all. Neither is she, but she's rich.
Oh, say no more. Where do you need me?
Just go downstairs, get into the back room, and anybody who threatens you, punch him in the face.
Sounds doable.
He wipes his forehead. What else would you like to do? You've used 40 feet of movement.
Yeah, I mean, that's all the movement
You
I've got.
can dash as an action, which will give you another 40 feet.
Do I know which direction I'm dashing in?
There's a way downstairs into the basement. Here, he points at the building behind him, and across the street, he points at the auto body shop across the way.
Okay, then I guess I'm dashing towards the auto body shop.
All right. The door to the body shop is over here, near the ninjas
Ooh.
who are fleeing.
All right.
You get anywhere in like this line here.
Let's go. Let's park me right there.
All right. And now the ninjas. All right. What's the range on their shurikens? 2060. All right. So, seeking revenge, this ninja will run down to here and hurl a poisoned shuriken at you. It's a 6. It glances off the pavement. The ninja curses in CI and scrambles up on top of the building. If there's a window, you know what? I'm going to actually teleport this ninja to the next map layer because might be passing by your way if you're on the top floor. The other ninja is going to take a wild shot at you. Nah, too injured. The other ninja is just going to scale the top of the building and completely skedoodle out of there. 100% evac. Leaving the battlefield unless anyone chooses to pursue. I'm just going to transport a ninja to the top floor real quick. And that is it for the ninjas. The spies are doing something. Wedley, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna... So did I walk past the door? Is that what I did last time?
Where are you? Or are you on the top floor?
I think I might be on the top floor.
Okay, let's put you on the top floor. So here's the top floor. The door is right here. You made it all the way up to the door, but you didn't enter the building.
Okay. I'm gonna enter the door and hope that there's nothing scary.
Let me make sure the door's all the way. Are you able to move through? There's no,
yeah, I'm able to move.
There's no light in here aside from the light that is being shed by Phoebe. So it's dark. It's very dark immediately in front of you. You'll have to kind of feel your way through, but you can see a door on the far side. Okay,
I'm gonna try to get as close to that door as I can.
If you move at half speed, you can feel your way through the room and avoid tripping up on anything. We have another card. What just happened? Your enemies brought the big guns. Ex-enemies are packing upgraded weapons. Well, that's got to be the spies, right? Yeah. Hey, I've been talking about super weapons this whole time. They go downstairs and they get their cash. All right. Done. Anyways, if you move at half speed, you can safely cross the room, which will get you to the door. Sort of bumping around the bed.
I will do that, and then I'll try to. Can I open the door?
You can open the door as a free item interaction. There is a butler on the other side. This room is also quite dark, brandishing a gun at you.
Is he like in a friendly way?
No, not brandishing the gun in a friendly way, unfortunately.
Not brandishing a gun in a friendly way. Okay, I will also brandish my gun in a non-friendly way and shoot my gun in a non-friendly way at the butler.
All right, go ahead and roll it. An 11. Not the best roll in the world, and not a hit. Instead, it just goes on the wall behind you.
Is it possible to double tap that one again?
You can double tap.
Okay. But it's disadvantage for this.
Disadvantage, correct.
Okay, gotcha.
A 12 hits for 3 piercing damage.
We got a hit in.
That was your action unless you have multi-attack.
I don't believe I do.
All right, what else you got?
That's I will shout at him real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, I need to reach Florence about urgent business. You are in my way. Now you will tell me how to get there, or I will fill you with more lead. And I'm gonna hope that that spooks him, and he's just a butler. Hopefully he's just a butler, and he doesn't want to mess with it.
It's actually the butler from Helsing.
Oh,
Roll an
nice.
intimidation check, please.
Hold on. Where's intimidation?
A 14.
Oh, that was with disadvantage.
That's fine. We take the first roll in any case like this. A 14. Glancing from the glancing blow he just hit, he's gonna point down the stairs.
Okay. And
which are shrouded in the darkness.
And I'll say thank you on behalf of the freaks, and then well, that's my end of my turn. But
Unless you can dash as a bonus action.
Oh yeah, I will. I'll dash.
Okay.
I'll begin to go down the stairs. Which
All
is,
right.
I'm assuming was it over here? I can't see because
it is dark. Okay. It is dark in here.
Okay. Okay.
Your movement, you have just enough movement to carefully start to make your way down the completely shadowed stairs. I am going to banish you to the darkness and summon you back on the other floor below. Where you are? All right, cool. You are summoned on that floor. Glimmer, it's your turn. You are looking in the top floor. You just saw everything that just happened. Mm-hmm. What would you like to do? The door is now open. The butler got shot at, and he waved Wedley through. What would you like to do?
Wait, so he just waved Wedley on through
after Wedley shot him.
I guess I'll just run through.
All right. Remember,
so
the door is over here.
How much of a movement is this?
15 to get to the door. Well, actually 20 because you have to go up the stairs.
Wait, so how whereabouts is where Wedley disappeared to? I'm a little lost.
Wedley went through the room to the door, shot the butler, yelled at the butler, and then vanished this way.
These stairs. Okay, right. So do I have enough? This is 15. That's
20 because the stairs cost extra. So at this point, you've used 20 movement, but you can actually see in here. So you have 10 feet without dashing.
So I can do 10 feet. And then I think I am going to dash. I'm just going to be like, well, I'm actually with him. Just don't mind me. I'm just walking through.
The butler nods silently, and as you walk past him, if you want to go ahead and move yourself into this room here, you see on the table behind him a submachine gun, a Tommy gun, just sitting there fully loaded with a drum magazine. Which, if
you know what, that right there, that's illegal. That you're not supposed to have that. I'm gonna confiscate that right now.
Roll a persuasion check.
I'm not sure if I'm expecting that to work. 20.
A dirty 20. All right. The butler sheepishly stands beside the glowing woman. And you can use your remaining 15 feet of movement because you had 20, 30, then you were here, then you walked to here, then you had 15. So you can walk. You'd have to stand here to grab it. So you can end your turn here, and now you have a submachine gun. Ha ha ha.
And my turn here with a confiscated submachine gun.
Mm-hmm. Which I don't know if you're proficient in those or not.
I think I am.
All right.
I don't know why I am.
All right. Meanwhile, downstairs in the shop, Blockade slides directly into a seedy room filled with smoke, light music playing, gambling over at this table here, cards being played. You see two members of the Northport Police Department playing cards with some shifty looking characters. Group of folks over here, bartender. And there's conversation going on. Everyone's kind of aware that something's going on upstairs. And then this glowing blue person slides down the stairs on a trash can, just flipping them off, whirls around. Everyone stares for a moment. And we'll find out what happens next right after this short break. Don't go anywhere, folks. Coriander Society will return.